out here in the state of Indiana never not had a blast at their events. You have to pay attention to the works. You have to see Afterburner. They cannot miss. And we're going to see how that plays out with the rest of this tournament as we're getting into this top 32 qualifier match right here. Wicked Wasp and EZBREEZY right here. Not even a button check. We're just jumping right into it on PS2 for game 1.
And you want to talk about matchups we just don't really see? When was the last time you saw like Peach Wario?
I'm not going to lie. You would think that this matchup is one that you would have seen so much more often than something like Duck Hunt Zero Suit. But I'm not, like, you don't see a lot of Peaches right now, honestly.
Obviously, you see, like, the top level of, like, the Mute Aces of the world, but both these characters are ones that have always been in the meta, but never super common. Wario more common earlier in the game, and Peach was too until some of those, like, DLC came out, but these two just really didn't cross paths too often. But I imagine a lot of Peach Daisy's combos are going to work about the same. Wario may have a little more work cut out for him just due to the floatiness of Daisy.
I will say a character that loves to be in the air as much as Daisy does, you would imagine is a good sign for the way that Wario likes to scrap. Ooh, but we see the turnip combos. EZBREEZY's got those on deck, trying to find the forward air, catching the jump, but not quite finding the spacing to connect right there, as though it would have definitely killed. 127, now 139% on Wario.
Just needs to find that last meaningful hit here. Back throw not quite going to take it, but we're seeing those turnips come out. Trying to find the big one, looking for a dot eyes, maybe a stitch, but now the back air wall's coming out. Those float cancels just keeping Wicked Wasp at bay in the corner. Just cannot find this last hit, but that dash attack isn't going to take it either.
Yeah, Peach can have a bit of a problem finding the kill. We can let that waft rip, though. We're going to start the timer on that over by an entire 2 minutes before we're going to see anything, and that back throw eventually is going to get the job done. I will say throughout this first stock, I've been really impressed at EZBREEZY's movement, especially with these back airs, with these float cancels. Definitely knows how to make themselves present on the stage with the movement. One of the top factors of what makes Peach and Daisy such great characters.
And just the item play, too, as you talked about earlier. Using those turnips off the ledge and getting those confirms. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw one of those reversals off the ledge later where you just take them back off stage the way you came. But just using great use of those turnips. It's why we have this nearly full stock lead coming out for EZBREEZY. And Wicked Wasp just has not been able to find that big, meaningful hit to even up the stock count.
In Breezy, you see as well the wall of moves that this character is capable of putting out. EZBREEZY is getting it done. We see the Z drop of the turnip, the quick ledge grab right there off of the quick little float cancel, and cheeky back air right there. Pun fully intended. That move packs a punch.
Yeah, and EZBREEZY just looks like he's so comfortable in this matchup. Here we go once again with the turnip combos. Get that down air there. That could have been the stock, getting that side B off the side, but still so much damage. But finally sneaking in that back air just to get himself on the board and try to get back into this game. And then remember, he did use the walk very early on, so we could see a full walk come out sooner than later. But we need to get to that last stock first.
That is true. This is an entire stock and then some. I'd say close to even you can imagine a 2 stock lead, but with that waft, when you get that on deck, it really only feels like 1.5. Ooh, okay, we still have the jump. We saw that's what I was scared about. You know, we are able to jump off of the bike there, but getting hit off of the bike is going to take that option away from you. Here we go, the up tilt, not going to quite find the mark, and the neutral air. Okay, yeah, you see Wasp definitely trying to fight his way back on. You saw the stitch right there. Very dangerous, trying to swing into that. Almost have the right idea with that up smash as well, catching Wasp swinging a little bit in this scramble situation. Here we go. I like that up B as well.
And Wicked Wasp starting to come alive here at the back end of this game 1. Again, just needs to find a back air now, and we will be on last stock, but that down tilt dash attack will take it.
Yep, that roll.
Will we see the waft come out, or will this back air back throw just barely not going to take it?
Oh, that's
so long. Yeet.
From downtown. That's the boom shakalaka.
The Indiana Hoosiers are at it again.
Oh, don't remind me. It's too soon.
Do they still suck?
What, the Pacers or the Hoosiers?
The Hoosiers.
I don't watch college as much. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I wouldn't bring up the Pacers. That's too soon.
Yeah, I mean, I caught the fever. Pun also intended.
Ooh.
I will say now that the season is over, my hyperfixation has completely dwindled.
Oh, because they're not winning anymore.
Oh, I mean, well, the season's over generally also. But dude, game 7, he had 9 points in 7 minutes.
Yeah.
That was about to be like Hall of Fame.
I will say that the luck just, it might have ran out finally for the Pacers a little bit there after the magic of that run.
Dues. Devil gets his dues.
Yeah.
But
We'll see if Wario can get his dues here. Maybe potentially get a waft in this second game. But moving over to Battlefield, had those platforms to navigate around on, makes it a lot easier for Wario to reset in disadvantage just because he has that such high aerial mobility.
And a lot of the advantages open up for Wario with these aerials, like the up air, like the neutral air. So being able to come down off of these taller platforms with moves such as those is really going to help out Wicked Wasp a lot when you're trying to find these advantage spots.
All right, just kind of working our way around here in neutral. These platforms are definitely playing a big factor. I feel like it's grinded the momentum to a halt a little bit just because there's so much more defensive movement taking place here, but finally getting some meaningful damage for EZBREEZY. Citrace coming out again, scoops it back up and immediately tosses it away.
Yeah, get this out of here. If it's not in my hands, it shouldn't be in anybody's. I understand that. I'm not even mad. Especially a character that can utilize items as well as Wario absolutely has the potential to. Here he goes. Once again, the movement right here for EZBREEZY, being able to implement such a vast array of offense with this character is really going to make a difference when it comes to being in situations like that scramble, like that advantage when you have Wario in the corner, being able to limit those options.
And it feels like we've been playing the vast majority of this game on the left side of the stage there, just continuing to take turns applying corner pressure, but getting that forward tilt across the stage. Now it's Wicked Wasp's turn, but he backs off and gives EZBREEZY a little bit too much space to get back up on stage. But now both these two at that high percent, a back air either way will likely take it.
Ooh, looking for it right there.
Down tilt dash attack once again, but not quite taking it or connecting it.
Yeah, the down tilt sending a little bit too high to find the dash attack. Wasp blocking that right off the bat, as the back air is going to be what takes the first stock of this game after 2 minutes. Not without Wasp answering with a dash attack of his own to even it right back up.
Sometimes when you take such a long time and percents are so high on both sides, once that first stock goes, the other one just immediately goes bye-bye, and we even things back up here once again. But that waft, because of that long first stock, that waft is going to be on deck so soon. We got to be careful about that if you're EZBREEZY.
Yeah, the slower gameplay at the start of the match definitely going to play a factor when you have a character that has that long-term game plan such as Wario. He can play scrappy, he can be in your face, and he can outpress you, but you have to be conscious of that long-term game plan. That waft is going to be the X factor in matchups like this against a character like Peach, who's a lot more consistently oppressive as opposed to having a single individual opening, or a single option rather, that is going to make the difference for you in many of these games.
Yeah, we saw some of that item play early on from EZBREEZY. Hasn't really been as big of a factor in this game too. It's been a lot of nickeling and diming both ways. No significant advantage states. Might be a product of the Battlefield pick, but that Stitch, so many Stitch pulls from EZBREEZY in this set, and none of them having a big impact yet.
You've already seen like 4 of them. There we go. That forward air finally finding its mark at the upper echelons of the 100%. Finally taking it from the center of Battlefield, and EZBREEZY sitting once again, not for too long in the lead. As for the second time in this game, Wasp is going to even it right back up, showing signs of life as no momentum is lost, keeping it in this even game situation. The waft still on deck, not quick to use it, really picking and choosing our spots right here. Is going to make all the difference if you can hit your mark. That up tilt, that up air is going to be all you need. Maybe a good neutral air too, but you got to get away from these combos that EZBREEZY is about to start hitting on you with this turnip. These low percent combos from Daisy are notorious for a reason. And another Stitch! Is this
one has to do something.
Is this the third one just this game?
Yes, it is. But and now we're seeing EZBREEZY really hold on to this, wants that kill confirmed, but just toss it away again. Was that supposed to be Mike, or was that supposed to be Waft? Because we got that weak hit there.
Maybe the misinput right there.
That will be a Waft, that's for sure.
There we go.
Getting the up tilt into the mistech on the platform. That Wasp will absolutely take it at a mere 30%. And that was a wicked Wasp, if I do say so myself.
Honestly, I couldn't have said it better myself. I'll be honest with you.
I've been holding on to that one for a few games now.
Oh my god.
So I saw the tag Wicked Wasp and he played Wario. I was like,
you gotta
back target.
You clock that one real quick. Nah, I think the mistech, making such a big difference there, allowing Wasp. I almost said Waft. I almost called him Wicked
How could you
Waft.
not?
I mean, it's in the name. You gotta embrace it at this point.
You think you would have like changed it at that point as soon as like you figured that out? But maybe that was like too on the nose for him.
I don't know. You find somebody with the right kind of lisp, and you're pretty much in there. But
oh god, what if he has a lisp? Oh no.
What we do is we move on to game 3 right here, PS2, where many sets start. Effectively a best of 3 at this point. Counter pick advantage decider here for both of these players.
And now having that long horizontal stage to work with for EZBREEZY, where you can use the whole stage to get those daisy combos to carry him across stage. Probably going to see those bigger damage combos coming out again here as we're back to PS2, but Wicked Wasp, again, like his momentum has continued to grow throughout this set, and he's in a much better position than he was in that game 1.
Yeah, so far pretty even. Slight advantage here for EZBREEZY in terms of percent. We did see a decent bit in that first game, and actually quite a bit in the previous set that we watched with skits as well. The way that Wario's will use the bike as a way to extend the hitboxes. Oh my! Hello! Let it rip. Keep going. Let him know. Yep. You just gotta let him cook for a second. I respect that. Nah, but the bike being able to extend the hitboxes. We saw skits doing that a lot previously, but I think we've seen EZBREEZY do it more so in this set. Whenever the bike has just been kind of sitting out. I think with the forward airs and back airs in particular, maybe a couple times with the down airs as well. Ooh, but the back air just raw, catching Wicked Wasp, kind of trying to move back and forth, find his space in that neutral. That back air is going to catch him sleeping at the wheel right there. 96% to answer for. Wow, the back air hitting the ledge.
I didn't even know it could do that.
I mean, that move, it'll hit.
It's definitely has such a large hitbox that it makes sense, but you do not see Wario's going for that too often. Typically, they're going for the forward tilt downing off the ledge.
Yeah.
But in this meantime, this Waft is on deck and ready to go. We've seen Wicked Wasp nail one of those already in the set. And so much time left in this game, too, that he can play around to try to find it.
Yeah, about at the percents is where an up tilt or an up air confirm is going to be online. It is going to be something you have to consider if you're EZBREEZY. You already see him looking for that up tilt right there. And an aerial character, dot eyes or not, in hand, can be a tool. But you have to utilize it against the landing hits and the anti-airs that Wario has that will confirm into that deadly down special. And here we go. Ooh.
As this set's gone on, the turn-ups have become less and less of a factor. Wicked Wasp are doing such a good job of playing around them, but at the same time, it really hasn't deterred EZBREEZY's game plan. It's just been more float cancel aerials in its place. So now, just a little bit more work for Wicked Wasp left to do to try to get back into this set, but again, he still has that Wasp.
Wow!
Juking him out of his shoes. What that turnaround back here.
A call out if I've ever seen one right there, but the Wasp is going to get it done. Just like that, Wasp has not let EZBREEZY take the momentum too aggressively. EZBREEZY might be finding these stocks first, but Wasp is quick to bring it right back to even every single time, as even footing as you could possibly get between these two right now.
Yeah, here come these EZBREEZY combos again. EZBREEZY, beautiful cover girl, but it keeps it going too, even once the combos drop, and that's a quick 82%. But here comes more from Wicked Wasp.
They'd be looking for the frame trap right there out of the air dodge that avoids the up tilt, but the forward air putting Wasp in such a bad spot right here. He has to use the bike to get back on stage. No punish on the dash attack. It does go through the shield. But without the bike, we have to get back to the stage. Rolling through the grab. That back throw could have been the difference maker in this game 3 right here. Turnips are coming out now that there's no bike to close the distance with. Catching the roll out with the grab. And here we go, the bike in place to extend the hurt box on somebody. But the Saturn. Bro has come to visit, but just a forward smash. Let it rip. Get him out of here. Back air, trying to trade them. And it's going to go in the favor of EZBREEZY as Wicked Wasp is now off stage. Tight percents for both of these, trying to catch the up smash. Once again, disrespecting the space above Peach.
And you see Wicked Wasp try to slow the game plan down to a call because he was trying to get the waft on deck, but he just pulls it out there and then immediately loses the stock. You saw him playing like that slower pace to try to get the half waft on deck, but just getting a little too overzealous there at the end, and he pays for it there. And goes down 1-2 in a really, as we always talk about, that pivotal game 3.
Oh yeah, and that dash attack getting a little bit too excited about maybe finding that kill, only at about like 80 or 90%, maybe not getting the kill outright. Definitely would put Wasp in a good place to play around the center of the stage, but it's such a dangerous percent to be mismeasuring the risk reward of such options. It's a little bit dangerous, especially against a character like Peach, who can really take advantage of those whiff punishes, and a player no less like EZBREEZY, who will take it all the way to the end of your stock before you even know it. As we're running it back here, Wicked Wasp is down for the run back, and EZBREEZY is going to keep it just that, EZBREEZY, trying to get this set over with.
And I get that, you know, that last game was close, but at this point it's 2-0 in favor of EZBREEZY on Pokemon Stadium 2. The bigger stage has definitely lended himself to these combos, gives him more space to pull those turn-ups. So, oh, and he gets stuck under the stage 2 from PS2 for that up air. That was a sneaky little up air.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, you know, it's not something that you can necessarily say that you were confident and would be what is getting the job done, especially in a situation like that where I don't even know if I've ever seen, you know, Peach up air, Daisy up air, either way, being able to find a stage spike, let alone a vertical one off the bottom of a stage. But EZBREEZY finding these openings where many would not. And that's going to be what is going to make the difference in a set like this, where Wicked Wasp going to have that waft online eventually and will be a factor. But as we mentioned before, Peach just being a more consistently solid character with these float cancels, with these hitboxes that you can throw out with complete disregard for human life, but kind of lacking a bit of that X factor the way that Wario has that waft.
And after a really hot start, we are trying to see Wicked Wasp slow this down to a crawl again just so we can get that waft on deck. It's really close. Got another one of those charges as we saw with the yellow visual, but man, we've had a really back and forth set, but this is he has a hill to climb here. He really needs that waft to come through and connect.
Dude, I feel like EZBREEZY is just breaking him down at this point. You see the patience.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that was scary. It was very low percent. Is this... Okay, still going to be outside the window. I was going to say, I think EZBREEZY is really taking advantage of the widely varying movement options that this character has to gather the information of the defensive options, of the activity in the scramble, and the way that you will get trumped if you are not ready for that. You have to be able to get that buffered option out before Peach is going to throw that back air out with the trump, get the kill, and we are sitting pretty if you are EZBREEZY right here. This can be the stock that decides the set. You just got to lock it in first. This is still very possible for Wasp to get this kill and still have the waft on deck.
Yeah, you absolutely just want to hold on to the waft at this point. Not too much extra credit coming out just yet, so you are fine. But at this point, why waste it? So at this point, you've been applying really good corner pressure. You can kill with those back airs. But oh no, the Stitch finally coming through and making an impact on possibly the last stock. Oh, that's a lot of percent.
And maybe one of the most pivotal moments too. That makes such a big difference. We just went from like 40% to all the way to 100. This is kill percent. An smash, a good forward air off the top? Question mark?
Does not get the strong hit of the waft, but that's so much damage. Basically evens things back up. So now EZBREEZY kind of scrambling here, finally gets that grab, try to get his feet under him on stage. But speaking of being under something, Wicked Wasp ends that